If you are looking for something new and different for the upcoming Compliance Week celebration in November, check out The Compliance Kids. It's my 3-book children's series on compliance and compliance professionals for children. But they make great gifts and great training tools for your employees. You can check it out on Amazon.com. We've linked to it in the show notes. The Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
If you're a compliance officer, middle managers are crucial in getting your programs from you to your frontline employees. But how do we activate those managers and get them on our side? Ethico's new Middle Manager Toolkit equips you with the skills needed to empower your managers, to promote a culture where ethical behavior thrives and employees feel empowered to speak up. Learn how to turn frontline managers into ethical leaders with our new white paper, Empowering Middle Managers as Ethics Champions. And did I mention you can get the whole toolkit for free? Head to ethico.com to download the full toolkit today.
Today concludes our look at the John Deere FCPA enforcement action for lessons learned in the compliance tip of the day. And today we want to take a look at why you need to perform a root cause analysis to inform your remediation. A root cause analysis is really the best way to garner information on the problem that needs to be corrected. In the John Deere enforcement action, the misconduct stemmed by bribery from the subsidiary, but it wasn't the bribery itself, it was the company's failure to identify and prevent this behavior in the first place. Without understanding why the bribes were paid, simply punishing employees involved or updating internal policies would not be sufficient. Second, root cause analysis helps identify systemic issues. One of the biggest risks when dealing with FCPA violations or any other form of corporate misconduct is that the issue may not be isolated to one event or even one individual. Often, corruption or compliance failures are systemic, indicating a deeper issue within the company's culture, policies, or risk management framework. If John Deere conducted a more thorough root cause analysis pre-acquisition, it would have uncovered broader issues in the acquired company's compliance program and been able to take proactive steps to address those weaknesses. And then what do the regulators expect? Well, the Department of Justice has made clear they expect companies to conduct a root cause analysis when investigating FCPA violations. The DOJ's 2024 ECCP explicitly states that prosecutors will consider whether a company has adequately identified and remediated the root causes of misconduct when determining penalties. Also, this is called out specifically in the 2024 SAP Deferred Prosecution Agreement, where the DOJ specifically called out SAP for conducting a root cause analysis prior to remediating those root causes. And this led to a more thorough remediation and enhancement of the company's compliance program. In short, a root cause analysis is critical, and you must perform one prior to remediating your compliance program if you find yourself in an FCPA investigation. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 compliance tips of the day that come to us from the John Deere FCPA enforcement action. I'm currently working on a similar white paper regarding the TD Bank AML enforcement action. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The Compliance Tip of the Day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network. Finally, this podcast contains promotional materials.